It's Lucky Finn Gaming here, and welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved, where today we'll be doing another base tour. Now, I know I promised everybody a Let's Play. Unfortunately, things happened, and that was not able to come to fruition. Well, at least not necessarily in the usual sense. But alright guys, let's begin the base tour. Basically, what I wanted to do this season is, after watching Nooblets altogether too many times, I wanted to take over what has kind of become known as the Nooblets Plateau. In case you all don't know, this is pretty much the exact same place where Nooblets built his base. As I told you all in the last episode, the server went down to 25 times rather than the 100 times that it previously was. So this base will look a little funny. Unfortunately, I greatly overestimated how much 25 times could get you, so it's going to look a little goofy in here. This was the Dino Storage. As you can see, I have creative mode right now. That's only because it was given to me temporarily so that my tribe mate and myself could move all of our stuff out of here. I guess I should explain that to you as well. This server is actually going down. Not the whole cluster, but just Scorched Earth and a couple of the other maps. This is our incubation room. This is a fake door. This was originally the entrance into this base, but we had to build this. I had to throw this up much faster than I actually originally wanted to. Unfortunately, my tribe mate, Catton, was growing wyverns much faster than expected. We had this grill here for cooking meats. We also had this storage room over here. A lot of these resources and things we're leaving behind. We had dung beetles in here, so that way we could start growing crops and plant eggs. But again, things that never came to be. These are weapons and things, but we're going to go ahead and leave these behind. We can get more. This was kind of the workroom. We would get our tools to go out and stuff like that. I'll show you the crafting room. This was much better organized, but one day I got on, Catton, who had gotten tired of having to put things in regular storage boxes, had put up all these dedicated storages. I wasn't overly happy about it, but I figured we would be doing something soon anyway. Looks like he put some eggs in here. Go ahead and take these out while I'm here. What is this? Sorry guys, this was supposed to be a different storage, but I guess he took to taking things out of them. Oh, a hyena to unpack. Go ahead and take that, as well as these saddles. Sorry everyone, this is also kind of my last walk through the base. There's iron ingots in here. We had the industrial forge here, so that way we could unload the metal from out of there, and I guess he decided to put this here. Usually I would just take it, toss it out, and then use a whip to whip it up near the fabricator or the smithy, wherever I need the metal. These were all storages for resources. Before this was here, this was an entrance to the generator room, but I'll show you that in a moment. Again, this was mostly intended for just more resources, things that we would need to craft stuff. It's the obvious fabricator here. We need lots of vaults at our new base, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these. We always need turrets. Unfortunately, that element's going to have to stay behind. Next, we had an unloading deck here. Basically, we would bring an Argent in here with a Dodic or a Anki with whatever extra resources we need. Flint or whatnot, we would grab them out of it here as much as we could carry. And then we would walk it back into the crafting room where we would put it in all of our resource storage. Catton put that grinder here like a day before we found out that this server was going down. He didn't put it straight at all, and it didn't really go where I wanted it, but I figured we were going to be doing something new anyway. I'll show you what I'm talking about later. This was our kitchen area, where we would be doing kitchen-y things. I guess I better check these for eggs. Ah. Eggs and wyverns. Always things we want to grab. These are all low levels. Yeah, I think he was going to use these for, well, I guess that 330 is a pretty good one. If I could find it. Please tell me I'm not crazy. Oh, there it is. Okay. I think these were supposed to be intended for kibble. Looks like we have some jerky here. I'll go ahead and take that so we can make kibble. These were obviously the cryo fridges. I built these as almost out of frustration. It seemed like the more I built, the more Catton would fill up with his animals. Like I said, unfortunately he was bringing in animals more than I could build. This was our original bed. And one of our original forges. In here, we have the original crafting room. This is actually a base that I would have built on official. Actually, one that I have built on official multiple times. Aside from this portion here, which is where we were protecting the well, it would all be out to here. And imagine a dino gate here instead of a behemoth gate. And this would be the Dino Storage. As you can see, these were obviously for resources. I set my fortitude up to almost 400%. I thought that would be good enough, but even still, sometimes even with the adobe floor, we would cook in here. I forgot how much of a pain Scorched Earth was. This was our original smithy. And our original forge. We also had our mortar and pestles in here, where we would make our clay for all the adobe. On the official version of this build, this would be where I would keep the preserving bins. However, as you can see, that never came to fruition because we ended up building this base a lot faster than I had expected. And then here's the generator room. Unfortunately, you can't access it from the crafting room, but this was the same trapdoor that we saw earlier. As you can see, we're in the crafting room. I suppose there's no reason to keep that around anymore. We always had only 2 power generators, because if you have more than 2 and you have them all set on auto power activation, if this one goes out, all of these break. But one of the biggest pains of Scorched Earth still is that the generators break constantly. I don't know when they changed it. I thought they only broke during thunderstorms, but apparently they changed that at some point. Either that or I'm just crazy. Alright. Let's move to the next floor. This was the smaller Dino Storage. We kept things like trikes and other small animals in here. Dire wolves, things like that. Originally, you would get in through that top section there. This was going to be a Kibble Farm, but again, we grew faster than I expected. Where am I? This was pretty much just a room that was built to make it align with the top of the beaky gate. Eventually, I think we were going to turn this into the Kibble Farm, but we never did. And we're at the top of the base. Not much to see here. I'll give you one last look through everything. As you can see, this space was a little bit more primitive. We had to mix a lot of primitive with advanced technologies like tech here. Catton went to Extinction and built some tech stuff. He got a little bit further ahead than I did. I was focused on base building, he was focused on advancing and getting tames. One of us grew faster than the other. And that's our base. Was our base. We have a new one. At least I'm working on the construction of a new one. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you the new mega fortress that Catton and I were going to build. I say Catton and I, but mostly me. We decided, once I realized that we'd built much faster, and this base wasn't exactly set up how I wanted it to be, because he moved a lot faster than I did, I decided that the next best step was to build a brand new fortress out in the deep desert. So, I'll show you that. Alright guys, and here it is. This was the beginning of the new super fortress I was going to build. As you can see, it's out in the deep desert. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to show here. Just mostly an empty shell. Obviously, the construction stopped as of yesterday at the time of the recording of this video, when I found out this map would actually be going down today. This would have been the crafting room. There would have been a couple of forges here. And a tech replicator right here that Catton had built. There would have been some vaults and everything else in here. Off to this side over here, there would have been the kitchen area. And right here, there would have been the incubation room. Now the plan from here would have actually been to have built a behemoth gate right here. This would have been the entrance to the base. There would have been a behemoth gate. Apologize, everybody. there would have been a behemoth gate here, and then a floor on top of this. Next, it would have gone up to the level of the behemoth gate, so we would have had plenty of room to store all of Catton's wyverns that he had been breeding. But, again, that never came to fruition, as this map is going to go down. But that is it. That's our base on Scorched Earth. We decided to move to Ragnarok, and we're living in the exact same place that we did last time. In this season, though, I think we're just going to chill. I'm not looking to get into a whole lot of PvP, so there might not be very much PvP. But look out for the next PvP that comes up on the with Enos. Sorry guys, I've had a little issue organizing all of the video clips and everything on that. So that is getting worked on. And that should be the next video I release, where Catton and I raid Enos. In fact, we don't just raid Enos, we wipe those little bastards. But alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all another time and dimension, whenever or wherever that may be. Until then, peace out.